You're a wife now, and it's your job to take care of all of the housework. Mom took good care of you too, Hazel, so it's only natural you return the favor, goddammit!
Even you, honey. You know I'm working as hard as you are, right? I don't think I deserve to be treated like this.
You're at the bottom of the pyramid in this house, Hazel. I expect you to understand what exactly that means.
Trouble Busters!
Hi, I'm Hazel, and I don't think I can brag very much about my looks or my fashion choices. For these reasons, I wasn't really popular in college, nor did I ever get in a serious relationship with any guy. However, that all changed after I graduated and became a functioning member of society. His name is Kevin, and after 3 wonderful years together with him, I married him, and I did establish a good mother-daughter relationship with Ursula, or rather, Mrs. Townsend. We were on friendly terms, and she would teach me new recipes as well as tips and clever tricks to clean stubborn stains and whatnot around the house. Miss Hazel, dear, what do you think you're doing at this ungodly hour? What? I merely came home late because I had some extra work to do. Have you no understanding of what your purpose is around here? I have a job myself, you know. Slacking off on the housework like this, I will not allow it. How dare you talk back to me? How about you get off your bitch ass and get some work done around here, yeah? I was thinking I could do all the housework that piles up on the weekends. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about your goddamn chores. Once you come home, I expect you to get cracking. There's much to be done. Who the hell do you think you are? Don't get me wrong. I understand all that, Mrs. Townsend, but I'm just tired of working all day since this morning, actually. Plus, I was out on business today, so I've been walking all day. Huh? What the hell are you on about? You think that's gonna be tolerated? Well, hate to break it to you, Missy, but that ain't happening under my roof. I beg your pardon, Mrs. Townsend, but you're here at home all day, so it's only natural I'd like to ask you for some help with the housework at least. Huh? So now you're telling me to do the housework? What are you, some kind of animal? Have you come home with a can short of a 6-pack? Telling a poor, elderly woman like me to do the housework. Like, hanging up the laundry in the early afternoon's probably the most ideal, wouldn't you agree? If I did that after I came home from work, at night, that wouldn't be very effective, would it? You've gone insane, my dear. This is bullying, I declare. I didn't think you were this misunderstanding of people's feelings and limitations. Who in the goddamn world would raise someone to become such a monster? I don't mean any of that at all. Where the heck is this notion even coming from? And there it is again! What good do you think repeating the fact that you're working full-time will come to you, huh? Oh, I know. You're just trying to say that my son isn't making enough now. How is that?
I was listening to you two this whole time, and yes, I think Mom's right, Hazel. You're a wife now, and it's your job to take care of all of the housework.
Even you, honey. You know I'm working as hard as you are, right? I don't think I deserve to be treated like this.
You're at the bottom of the pyramid in this house, Hazel.
Huh? Kevin's always been the kindest person I've ever known when Mrs. Townsend wasn't around, and the whole time before we got married. But ever since we tied the knot, his attitude suddenly changed into something so much worse, so much less compassionate and kind. Additionally, even though I was right in the middle of the busiest time of the year for my job, Mrs. Townsend spends the whole day in the house and she never does a sliver. And Kevin, even though he knows how tired I am, what with the busiest period upon me and all, never shows the slightest hint that he's concerned for me, nor does he show any initiative to help. Such was my married life for almost 2 years. To my great joy, I discovered I was pregnant. Hello? I'm home. Is Kevin home yet? He's in his room right now, so hurry up and get to the cooking. I understand. I will, after you hear my special announcement. I'll just fetch Kevin, so please wait a moment. I called Kevin and Mrs. Townsend into the living room to tell them my exciting news of being pregnant. I knew the two of them loved children, and Mrs. Townsend was saying that she really wanted to see her grandchild's face. And now for my announcement. I found today that I'm pregnant. I was surprised at first, but I can't tell you how happy I am. Huh? Get that bullshit aborted now. What? You and your stupid bitch ass dancing the light fantastic like that. Who do you think you are? Did you order me to destroy this precious child? How much of a lack of common sense do you actually have, goddammit? Truly unbelievable. Why in the world would you say something so mean? I mean, duh. There's nothing happy about you getting pregnant at all, bitch. If anything, it's a disaster of the worst kind. Mean? Anyone knows that the wife of the younger brother should have a child after the wife of the first brother. This is your grandchild you're talking about, Mrs. Townsend. It's the stupidest reason I've ever heard. I'll say it again, Mrs. Townsend. This is your grandchild. This is beyond stupid. This is downright negative IQ at this point. Dear Megan isn't even pregnant just yet. The frick are you thinking? How dare you? I'll have you know that dear Megan is leaps and bounds ahead of you in terms of social rank. The grandchild I want to see will not come from a pig-headed whore like you, but from dear Megan. Do you understand what I'm saying to you now? You didn't have to say all that. At least I don't shit all over the carpet like a bonobo would. Kevin, honey, you're happy about this, right?
Why do you just assume I'm on your side here? If Mom's telling you to destroy the child, then for God's sakes, destroy it already!
Now hang on a minute. This is your child too, you know.
You know what they say. In the end, mothers are always right. No one else tells the truth. The reason I married you is because Mom saw lots of potential in you, Hazel. She told me that marrying an unattractive ball of femininity like you always ends well, and so how could I refuse?
We're so happy? The father wishes it too, so come on now, hurry up and set up an appointment to get the job done. This decision is final. Lowlives like you don't have the freedom of choice in this household. I refuse! I've kept my feelings to myself for so long, but for the first time, I'm not adhering to your frickin' stupid rules. I'm gonna bear the child, whether you two like it or not. Didn't I just tell you you don't have the freedom to choose anything in this matter? This is my child, and no one can operate on me without my consent. I stormed out and slammed the door to my room. Of course, Kevin and Mrs. Townsend were pretty pissed off at that, but let's consider the facts here. They were not happy about the truly wonderful news of conceiving a child, but were instead extremely annoyed and treated this as though it was a disaster.
Heyo, Hazel! Could you come down to the front door a minute?
Did you forget some? No. Please, no. This is dangerous. She won this time. LOL.
Oh, come on, Mom. I did my part luring her outside. You gotta finish the job. I would love to see a pregnant bitch keel over like a domino.
What are you doing? I'm glad I never lost my balance. Holy moly. Yep, we know. That's what we want, silly. If only you'd tripped and fallen the right way, and you would have had a miscarriage like a good girl. I can't wait to see your pathetic face when that day comes. Don't you realize that if you do something dangerous like that, the baby will... Get the mop and clean it up. Clean it up? You were the one who made the mess. You frickin' clean it up, goddammit!
What did I frickin' tell you, Hazel? Mom doesn't do any of the housework around here. And also, I want you to clean up the garden too. Something's rustled up the raspberry bushes and there's leaves frickin' everywhere.
Yep, they started inflicting the most insidiously atrocious abuse upon me. They did stuff to my body and especially to my belly that was painful and started to urge me to have that freaking miscarriage already. But in addition to all the chores I had throughout the day, they also started giving me physically draining work, especially when I was already exhausted from my job. But even so, the baby grew inside quickly, and I just started my 6th month of pregnancy. You put on a bit of weight now, haven't you? You're doing so much housework already, and you're not even slimming down. Are you slacking off? What are you talking about? Yeah, this is my 6th month being pregnant, so it's only natural my belly's getting bigger. You, of all people, know about this, right, Mrs. Townsend? Since you were pregnant twice in your life? How much do you weigh right now? I'm about 55 kilos right now. Why do you ask? Huh? 55 kilos? What are you, some kind of female wrestling champion? Begging your pardon, but I feel like your weight exceeds mine with the baby included by a fair margin. Huh? The frick did you say? I'll have you know that despite how I may look in your fat-ass eyes, I weigh only 35 kilos.
Hang on. You're really 55 kilos right now? Tell me you're kidding. This is so embarrassing.
Embarrassing. I beg to differ.
If you don't slim down to 40 kilos within the next week, I'm divorcing your pork chop looking ass.
Now hang on. Divorce me? Shouldn't you be aware that my weight's gonna only climb as the pregnancy progresses? It's not like I can lose weight even if I wanted to until this baby is born.
Then listen to my orders. The threshold is 40 kilos, do you hear? You're not having any more meals, and you're going to work harder around here.
Divorce is just not possible. There's no way I can raise a baby all by myself. I'm just about average for someone of my height. Telling me to lose weight just can't be done. How about you abort that baby then? Again with that heartbreaking bullshit. I'm begging you to stop. Then maybe you'll slim back down again. Ha ha ha. When they finally understood that my spirit would never be broken, they prepared me cold baths under the excuse that it was a form of dieting. They would make me clean the whole house every day until it was spotless. If there was anything I missed, they would strike me with something as punishment. They forbade me from ever having any meals. This was especially dangerous, because unless the baby got proper nutrients throughout the pregnancy, the results could be catastrophic. But eventually, perhaps they lost their impatience over the fact that I just wouldn't have that miscarriage.
And just how frickin' long do you think you're taking with a stupid wiping, you stupid baboon?
Please don't do that. You're lucky that it didn't hit my belly.
Don't those happen when a pregnant woman doesn't eat enough, and if she's subject to hard labor?
I knew you were still thinking that. I've had enough. Time to take action. Kevin, 8 strain for the bullseye. The belly.
Got it. Alley-oop?
That hurts. Ah!
Ugh, you pissed yourself.
My water broke. Call an ambulance, now. Born so early, the little shit will never survive.
Frickin' disgusting.
We did it, Kevin, honey. How about we go to that Italian place? Please, an ambulance. But they just left me there to rot right where I lay on the floor in my own juices and left for the aforementioned Italian restaurant, celebrating that I had finally had that miscarriage. Needless to say, I had lost all of my hope regarding how they handled the situation. But in that moment, my top priority was hurrying to call an ambulance for help. I somehow managed to crawl up to my room and got my cell phone and called 911 myself.
How are you feeling?
I feel fine. But what about the baby?
The baby. I'm terribly sorry, madam. Soon after birth, she...
Oh God. I had the most terrible feeling in my gut since before arriving at the hospital, and that feeling was later justified. They kindly left me alone, and as I let sorrow loosen my grip on the world, the 2 criminals came striding in, not knowing anything. Finally, you've slimmed down quite a bit, it seems, LOL. You monsters! Because of you, I wasn't even able to hold her hand.
Good thing it didn't cost you any unnecessary funds now, wasn't it?
They left me with that as a parting shot, and I was back with my own sorrow and anguish. But along with those feelings, the absolute hatred I felt toward those 2 became something unfathomable. I swore that vengeance shall be mine. As I was thinking about this to myself, Miss Megan, the wife of Kevin's older brother, kindly paid me a visit.
I heard everything from the doctors. I'm so sorry.
Oh, Miss Megan, you don't have to worry about that.
I can't even begin to imagine the pain you're going through. I never even knew you were pregnant. No, dear, I'm certain I should worry about that. And also, why didn't you tell me?
I told Miss Megan everything that had happened over the last few months, even the details on how exactly they abused me and assaulted me. After I was done, Miss Megan was visibly fuming, and she promised that she would help me exact my revenge. I'm so relieved to have found someone I can trust. After everything that happened, I had all but lost hope for humanity. All right, Troublebusters, initiate. A few days later, I left the hospital and went back home to the Townsend's house, but the attitude of the monstrous Kevin and Mrs. Townsend became even worse. And hospital made you slack off your duties here at home, you know. Go on now and do it all. Did you really not do anything at all while I was away?
And also, what the hell did you snitch to the police, While you were in the hospital, the feds stopped by our house, and it was a hassle for a time, you know.
After so much abuse and violence, of course I would report to the police. How about you stay thankful that you weren't freaking arrested,
Eh? And just what do you think you're blabbing, you useless sow?
Maybe we should cause you more pain and suffering so that you'll get really scared to snitch to the popo. Are you even aware that what you're doing falls into the realm of criminal activity?
And what, pray tell, are you gonna do about that? Go on, file an offense report to the feds. I dare you. Your husband's gonna become a criminal, you see?
You'll forgive me for this, but I already did file an offense report. What the frick are you talking about? You can't be serious! How about you look into my eyes and figure out if I'm being serious or not, damn you. Only the police are willing to protect me now. In any case, thanks to you two bastards, I lost my loving daughter right after she was born. So you know what's coming, I hope? What the frick have you done, bitch? Does family mean nothing to you? Retract that report immediately! A divorce? Really? Oh, thank you so much. This makes everything so much easier.
Yeah, retract it right now, or I'll divorce you.
Here you go. The divorce form I got from City Hall on my way back here.
What the frick am I looking at? Enough with this bullshit. I recall you saying you don't want a divorce.
That was because I was with my child, and also I have my job. So I think living on my own now will be much better for me instead of living with you two criminals.
Then I'll spread rumors about you and my company. How about that? You're gonna get fired.
Shouldn't you worry about what's going on in your job right now? You don't have any idea of the relationship I have with the company you work for, do you? Oh, this is getting juicier with every passing second, lol. Your company pretty much works for mine, so my status here is higher than yours.
Please, anything but that. In any case, I was only following orders that Mom gave me.
Eh? You think that kind of excuse is gonna work for you?
It's true. I was brainwashed by my own mother. Anyone would pity someone innocent like that, right?
That doesn't justify the fact you couldn't distinguish the right from the wrong, and I'm not gonna stay with any human scum like that. Consider our divorce a frickin' done deal, you bastard. Hold on! What are you two doing? Deciding stuff on your own?
I side with Hazel in this matter. You two are completely dead to me. Bro, Megan told me everything.
Hello, hello! Honey Bun Hazel here told me everything when I paid her a visit at the hospital.
I was worried about you. The fact that you were all alone in the matter. But I suppose it all turned out okay in the end. I've come to break my ties with you.
Now hang on, honey. This is some kind of mistake.
You think I, a police officer, can't distinguish the truth from lies, A dilation of pupils, your body movements, your breathing.
I'm sorry. Please, forgive me.
Don't touch me, goddammit!
Ah!
You are not to come anywhere near us, understand?
And I'm grateful for you. But if you put the kindness you did to me up against the lives you put in jeopardy, I can't disregard the latter, I'm afraid. Excuse us now, we have business to attend to. My offense report, along with my testimonies thereafter, the two scumbags were found guilty in trial. I guess they never expected they would wind up in prison because of what they did. I didn't, and I was surprised for a brief instant. Everything went smoothly, all because of Mr. Ashton, who is a police officer. They were also ordered to pay compensation and damages, and a hell of a life awaits them after they're released back into society. However, Kevin repeatedly stated that his mother's brainwashed him. Mrs. Townsend said that Kevin did all the deeds and I'm not guilty of anything. They tried to put the blame on each other, so after they're released on parole, I'm pretty sure they're gonna cut ties too.
Stay with us a while, Hazel, and relax.
Yeah, you can be my best house buddy, for real. Thank you so much, but you don't need to worry about me. I already feel so much better thanks to you two. Still, you mustn't overexert yourself, honey. Thank you. And now, Miss Megan and Mr. Ashton are keeping their eye on me. I'm planning to start a life alone this month, but I must never forget how thankful I am for the two of them. Right now, even though we aren't exactly related anymore, we still have a strong friendship. You'd think we were family, lol. Just as I thought, these two are the kind of people I want by my side. Trouble busters.